Hey there, online students. This is Dr. Buer. It's Monday, October the 9th. Welcome to the 7th week of classes in fall 2023. Hope all of you are doing well. We had a little bit of fall weather this weekend. It was kind of nice. It was cool in the morning and fresh in the afternoon. Today's back to kind of a hot day. But at any rate, I think fall is on the way, and I'm really excited for the change in weather, and I hope that you are able to get outside and enjoy it at various points. We have had kind of an interesting last few weeks at the Buer household. As you know, we had some problems with our car. Tree limb fell on it, got totaled, but we did get a new car this weekend, so we're thankful for the Lord's provision and just want to give him praise for taking care of us even in the midst of all these crazy car troubles. But you don't want to hear about that. You came to hear about what we've got going on in classes this week, so without further ado, let's take a look. In NT 5103, we are still in the middle of our normal process of working on study guides, working on translation, and applying what we learned from Dr. Wallace's text. In this particular week, we are finishing up our first unit. You can see that Quiz 3, the Study Guide 11, the last one in this section are going to be due on Wednesday. And then you've got a whole week to get ready for the syntax exam. Now you'll notice that we're going to have a meeting about that next week, and I'm going to talk through some of this again in next week's weekly video update. But take a look at this information on syntax exam 1. That will walk you through what's going to be on it, and it will be exactly like the quizzes and the study guides that we've already done. So take a look at that for now. Let me know what questions you've got, and then plan on attending the meeting next Tuesday the 17th at 2 o'clock where we can discuss a little bit more clearly what the exam is going to be like. In NT 5104 online, we are about to finish looking at exegetical method. You'll notice that what we're going to do this week is focus on the commentary. And so we've got our normal videos. We've got some reading to do on the commentary, etc. But keep in mind, the commentary is meant to be a clear prose explanation of the exegesis that you are working with. So what we want to see is both the analysis of the individual parts and the bits and bobs that you're working on, but then also the synthesis of the big picture. The hardest part for students oftentimes is the synthesis, so work carefully on your introduction and then your transition paragraphs, and then your conclusion. That's where oftentimes the synthesis is going to take place. As you're talking about each clause, that's where you can dig into the particulars of the analysis, but don't neglect the synthesis in the transition, the conclusion, and the introduction. But you'll see that I talk that through, and I look forward to reading your assignments on that particular commentary. And then in NT 5110, we are now moving into one of my favorite topics. I think I talk about everything like it's my favorite topic, but this particular area of discussion is it answers the question, why do we talk about the New Testament the way that we do in current discussion? It helps you know the tension points that have been discussed in the last 200 years or so that have generated all of the discussion and questions that we have today. So this, I think, is really fun. It's basically an area that we would call history of interpretation, which I find pretty interesting. But it walks through the particular things that you've got to know. You'll notice that you've got reading, you've got videos to watch, you have a discussion question, pretty normal fare. If you get a little further along, you'll notice that you have to do the outline. I'll talk about that in coming weeks, but if you want to get a little bit ahead, it wouldn't be a bad idea to review what we're going to ask for in the outline. But there's nothing due this week on that, so just focus on completing this module as normal. I do hope all of you are doing well. I'm praying for you. Let me know how I can pray if you have some specific prayer requests, and I will look forward to grading all your work this week and interacting with you. Hope all is well, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.